Now recently I made a video on this power bank that can take 4 AAA batteries and it worked beautifully. So I thought, let's do a battery test. So what I've done is I've bought 6 battery companies, or about 6 sort of batteries, to do a test on. We've got the Panasonic zinc chloride brand. We have the Simply Shit Duracell. We have Shit Duracell, which is plus power, which I haven't got a clue what they've put that. Does that mean it's going to drain faster? We just don't know. And this one's Ultra Power, which makes no fucking sense. Why don't just have one? You know, it doesn't make sense. Anyway, and then we have the Energizer and Tesco. So, without further ado, let's start the test. Let's start the test with Panasonic, because it probably will be the shittest out of the two. So the first batteries that are going to go in this power bank is the Panasonic brand. But I've just noticed something. These two were £1. So is Simply Duracell worth only £1 compared to Panasonic? Let's find out by putting this in here, attaching it, and start the test. So here we go. Battery's completely dead. Let's charge this sucker and see what the results are. Okay, while the test is going on, I thought I'd let you guys know that I've looked at the price of the Simply Derp Smell Duracell batteries. I got these for, I don't know, £1.99, £1, whatever, and they're charging like £1 million over it, so the test will be in the bag if these are really worth any money at all. I've put in the notes right here that they are £1 in Poundland, but if you get 2 packs, it's £2 from Poundland. And and it was about £1, I think, where I got them from, or £1.99. So again, are they overpriced? Well, we'll find out in the test. Anyway, the Panasonic one's still going strong, just to let you know. More results. Well, there you have it. The Panasonics have finished charging, and the result was 24%. And still, that's not bad, considering, you know, it's zinc chloride, not bloody alkaline, so that's really good. So now it's time for the Simply Derp Smells. Okay, it's now time for the Simply Duracell brand. So yeah, Simply Duracell. Do your magic. One more thing before we begin waiting for this thing is, it says here, great value versus other Duracell alkaline based on recommended retail price. What the fuck is that about? They fucking saying that they're shit at making batteries, so they made another one to make it shittier? What the fuck? So the test is over with the Simply Shit, or Simply Duracell, and they did mixed results, in my opinion. In my opinion, it did as good as the Maxwell battery, or something tells me as well that the Simply Duracells weren't as great. Anyway, they probably would have been 80%, but maybe it was a good luck hint or something that their batteries lasted a long time. I don't know. Maybe it's good manufacturing again. I don't know. They used to be really bad back then, but I don't know. From someone else, they said it was really bad capacity. Anyway, I think because I was using 4 of them, it actually worked properly. But anyway, according to this, they beat the Maxwell, but only just. But it should beat them a lot more, because they're supposed to compare with other Duracell brand. So imagine what Duracell's going to be like, probably less or more, I don't know. So while that's making really scary noises, the next competitor is Duracell plus power, which I doubt it's got much of that. And according to it's got plus 50% more battery. We'll soon see about that Duracell, because it looks like you're lying to us here. It says 10 years power, whatever. And what makes me laugh is it says on average versus 2015 IEC minimum, meaning that these could be failed tests. Who knows? So the truth is out there. Duracell could be a liar for all we know, or not testing it properly. But yeah, this will be on the next agenda. But first, sleep. Right, it's time for the derp cells known as Duracell. So let's see how far this one goes. Hang on a minute. Yeah, it always need 2 hands for some reason. Off we go. Let's see if derp cells do give you 50% more power. I highly doubt it, but we'll see. I have to say though, Duracell, there is one great thing I like about your packaging, and that is the batteries are very easy to get out. All I had to do was peel back the back and take out the batteries, unlike certain packaging where you have to, you know, peel the front and completely ruin the packaging, so you can't like put them back in or discard them easily. So that's one great thing I like about this. Wow, this is taking forever. This is already at 48% after about an hour or so, or whenever I last did the last post, I don't know. But it seems a bit slower to me, the Duracell, and it's already at 1 bar on this thing. So something tells me this plus power could be BS. Anyway, while we're waiting, let's have a look at this packaging that's coming up next. It says more something power, which I haven't got a clue why they put this rubbish on it. Our first long lasting. This one's got a bit of dust. I don't think anyone believes you. Duracell's longest lasting AA alkaline battery. Well, this is the best you can do, lads. Honestly, you need to fix your batteries. Well, the Duracell finally drained, and 100%, and then it failed. There's me thinking that we probably would have to charge the phone twice, but it turns out, nope. Not as easy as that. So, yeah, I've got to quickly now drain this and quickly get the next set ready. Okay, horrible gut feeling makes me think that this is not completely flat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to boot up the phone, drain it, and then do my second bit of the test and see if it charges it. If it gives up or doesn't want to turn on from this mechanism, then this is a fail. So it turns out there's no juice left in the Duracell. So now it's time for the second one. So here we are. I've loaded up the next contender, but I just noticed it's got one of these stupid power check things that you used to have on Duracells. That's pretty funny. It'll probably keep telling you that the battery's dead or something. Anyway, I'm going to plug this in and we'll get this going. So here we go. Duracell Ultimate Power. Is it Ultimate Power or Utter Failure? We'll find out soon. But one thing before we end this, Duracell did well. It went up to 100%, but it didn't do too well actually. Forget that. Scratch that. It did as poor as the Maxwell would ever get up to, which was 95% or something, whatever. But yeah, not so great. It's recommended to get the Simply one, it's better. So we're up to the second cycle now, and it's already gone way past 100%, and it's now at the 20%, so we're up to 120% already. But is this battery worth it? Well, we'll find out. Some interesting things about Energizer, and that is it looks very pretty. Is it going to be good power? Well, no. This one looks pretty as well. But this we already know is okay, so we'll wait until that's done. So there we go, 122% for these Derp Cells Ultimate Power, actually Ultra Power. And I like how this status tells me how much battery is left, but it's stupid technology. Just use one of those battery checkers or something. Anyway, now it's to these, but first, sleep or wait until Monday because... Right, it's time for the Energizer Max Power Seal. No leaks guaranteed. Sure. That's positive energy. Well, we'll see how positive your energy is when we put it into the battery rig. Right, here we go with the test of the Energizer brand. Now, I like how they put positive energy on it. That was pretty funny. And how they've put no leaks guaranteed. I bet that's what Duracell said, but unfortunately they leak most of the time. Even though they're alkaline and they're supposed to be expensive for a reason, but nah, it's just marketing bollocks at the end of the day. Anyway, we'll see how that goes. Right, so the Energizers scored 88%. And that is quite bad considering that they're £3.75 and they're supposed to be the powerful batteries on the market. Energizer, what are you doing? It could be a false test because I was away while this charged up and the phone could have got to 88%, but I don't know how it could. But I might do another test, I don't know, because when I plugged it in again, it seemed to work again, so I don't know if there's a tiny bit of juice that could squeeze out, I don't know. But we'll move on to the Tesco one, shall we? So while that is draining, we've got a new contestant, the Philips Power Alkaline, and they're £2.50 from Boys. You can get a pack of 12 at the moment. No gumph on it saying that they're very powerful or whatever. Just basic Power Alkaline Philips, and you can get a 12 pack. And the best thing is, they're not loose. They're in like a pack of 4. So if you need a pack of 4, like I do, pretty good. So we'll put them into the testing rig right after the Tesco ones. But for now, we're going to the Tesco ones. Okay, so it turns out the batteries must have ended their life because it won't charge up the phone any further. It tries, but it doesn't even reach 1%. So 88%, that is really shit. Energizer, news to Duracell. Anyway, to the next contender. Right, Tesco, I have really high hopes for you, so hopefully this will be the champion. Or maybe not, maybe it'll be the Philips, who knows. And we're off and running. Let's see the results of the Tesco Extra Long Life, well, we'll see, batteries. So, yeah, if it can beat 88%, 122, you know, this might be the best one yet. Who knows? But we've got to do one yet. Well, the results are over, and they only scored 76%. They've been beaten by Energizer. So spend the 75p and you'll get the extra 10% of power. That's poor, Tesco. Extra power or extra long life makes me wonder what they were previously. Probably lower power than 50%. Anyway, I'm going to bed now and then do the next test. Also for the price, I don't think I will buy them again because they don't look very pretty and they don't have much energy, as they state on the box. Anyway, as I said, going to bed. Okay, last contestant is the Philips AA batteries. So, yeah, there is one little thing on here that's funny. It says 3 times more power compared to what? It doesn't say. I love how they say they're compared to a Duracell or whatever, but they don't deliver sometimes. That's funny. Anyway, let's get this thing in the testing ring. Right, here we go. Philips, don't let me down. Now I've got to plug this in and do this setup. And here we go. I hope this does well because most of these alkalines will let me down and they're kind of close to the zinc chloride power, which is irritating at best because you're paying like millions of pounds for it. Anyway, let's see what the results are. I do like the look of these batteries, so I don't know. Well, the Philips test is over and it scored 76. So the Tesco and the Philips power, laughingly, is the same. So I'm guessing this has a different coat on it compared to the Tesco brand, or the Tesco brand possibly takes the Philips brand and just coats it over. We just don't know. But same power, which is pretty good. So if you want to save money from Tesco's, like 50 pence, get the Boys brand if it's still on offer. So yeah, let's do a final conclusion over these batteries and tell you which one I think is good. So here we go. So here we go, another battery test begins. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 this time, so it should be less of a torment for you guys. So this is going to be my last ever test because I kind of get the hint in a way. Anyway, I've got this battery charger again, so that means obviously we're going to be testing out these batteries. We have a Kodak, heavy duty apparently. We have Sony, which is zinc chloride, alkaline Sony, Kodak extra long life, and the Fusion Max. So yes, I have a feeling that this is going to suck the most, which is the reason why I'm putting this first, and then this second, and then this lot last. So let's begin the test. And away we go. So yeah, more dates as they come across. But something tells me these are only going to get to 20%, or maybe 2%, or maybe 0%. We just don't know. One thing to note is, just like the Panasonic batteries, they're light when they came out of the packet, so I really doubt there's any power in these things. But we'll see. I mean, they lasted for a couple of days in the radio, and normally it's 12 days for the amount of batteries, so we'll see. I mean, the power could be good for all we know, or maybe bad. We just don't know. But anyway, let's see how it goes. So the test is over, and it's 23%. Extra more power, eh? Very disappointing. Anyway, now time for the next contestant, known as the Sony brand. And I have a horrible feeling it's going to be the same as this, but yeah, we're going to have to put this on the leaderboard of not interested in AA test and see where. So it turns out that the Panasonic brand was 24% and this was 23%, so it's beaten by 1%. That is depressing, but again, you get more batteries, so you can't really complain. You only get 4 with Panasonic, and with this, you get like 14, so that's not too bad. Right, the Sony batteries are inserted from zinc, and I'm not having much hopes on this one, but let's see the results and come back to you. Okay, so the test is over for the Sony batteries, and it's the same result, 23%. So again, these two batteries must be made in the same factory, because they're both giving out the same amount of power. So if you're getting either one of these, I would recommend getting these over these, because you get more, and same power. But I wouldn't recommend these anyway, but just saying, if you're convinced between them both and you think one's better than the other because it has a brand name on it, a proper one like Sony, don't be judged or fooled or whatever. These are shit. So I'm going to call it a night, and then we're going to continue with the real Sony batteries. Okay, so the next batteries we're going to be putting in the rig is the Sony Alkaline. So without further ado, let's get this test started. So the test has started, and this is what the batteries look like in their former glory in the test rig. So I'm going to leave this short and sweet and let you get on with it. But I do like the box art, and I do like the battery look. But again, that could be misleading for how much power this really gives out. So, yeah, anything's going to be better than the zinc chloride. And oh yeah, and I forgot to mention something about those yesterday. And that is that they come in a variety of different numbers of packs. So, again, you may be losing 1%, but you're getting more in the pack. So that's one good thing about it. And there's many, many others, but I forgot what it is. I'll probably mention it. So the test is over for the Sony Alkalines, and they did remarkably well. 92% to charge this thing. Very impressive. So let's quickly put it on the scoreboard and see what this means. According to our scoreboard, the Sony Alkalines was 92%, and it's beaten the Tesco Extra Life, that is a 4-pack, and the Energizer Smelly Max 88%. So yeah, well done to Sony. Well, no, if it is Sony, that made it the highest out of the 4-packs by the looks of it. And what's funny is Energizer is $3.75, and that was only £1. So go Sony Alkaline. That was awesome. Right, so the next ones on the testing rig is the Kodak Extra Long Life, or whatever it is. And what I don't get about this is it used to have 6 batteries, which made sense, because if you had 3 batteries on one unit and 3 batteries for another unit, this would do well. But it's got 5 now, so not 6 anymore, which doesn't make any sense, because once you use the 4, you've got a spare one. So a bit wasteful, but I don't know, some will come in handy. Anyway, let's put it in the testing rig and see what it does. Right, here we go with the Kodak Extra Long Life, which I don't think it will be extra long life, but we'll see. So yeah, I don't get the point of 5 batteries compared to 6. Have no idea. Also, another topic. Has your coil ever leaked like this? What the fuck's wrong with it? Anyway, let's see how this goes. So the test is over, and it scored 86%. So I'm going to put this on the leaderboard of not interested in AA batteries, and we're going to see if it scored well. Right, so according to my scores, it's 86%. It beats the Philips Power Alkaline, although you do get quite a lot in the pack. Can't remember how many you put in there, but it's also beaten the Long Life from Tesco, but it hasn't beaten Energizer, so it's in between the two of them, and it hasn't beaten the Sony Alkaline, which is really funny because I would have thought it would be close to that. Anyway, I'm going to take a huge sleep now, and in the morning we'll do the final battery test of the Fusio Max Endurance. Night night. Okay, last battery on the series is the Fusio Max Inherent. I fucking can't say the word. Just read. You know, it's not hard. So, yeah, before we get started, I do like the look of the batteries, and I've been using them for a while, and they're pretty powerful. So I have really high hopes for this. Ooh, just noticed that it's got a red tip on it. That means power. Let's put this fucker in. And away we go again. So we'll see, probably in about 2 days, how this goes, because it might have that much power. I don't know. It might not. Who knows? So let's see how the Inherent Endurance gets on. I'm going to put this battery case back on somehow with one hand. But anyway, let's see how it... Well, the test is over. And surprisingly, it's beaten the Sony batteries. And it's beaten another battery. But anyway, I'm going to put this on the leaderboard of uninteresting items, and we'll see what it's done. And then my final conclusion in the last video. Okay, shockingly, this is the results. 95%. 2-3% is for the simply shit Duracell. So basically, if you get 2 packs in Poundland, obviously you're going to get a shit result of 2-3%. So I still would recommend these over the Duracell Plus Power, if you call it that. Duracell did the best, but unfortunately it should do for the fucking price. So I'm still not going to recommend it, but we'll come to the final conclusion after this. So welcome to the final part. I want to thank people that have been patient with me, and things will be back to normal. Okay, first place for the power and the money is Fusio Max Endurance. This came in a very good show. I loved it. Unfortunately, it wasn't as high as the Duracell, but again, for £1, you can't complain. Second place for the power and the money, obviously, it was Sony Alkaline. That was a really good performance. Fortunately, the worst for your money is Duracell, because the power, even though it was 122% for £5, it wasn't enough for my money. Tesco and Energizer, poor show when it came up against power, and for a 4-pack, too expensive. And Philips and Alkaline could have been better price. But the best one for zinc chlorides is Kodak. Well done, Kodak. Bye bye.